Good morning, you guys. My cousin Lori Brown had asked me to do a tutorial on purple and pink eyeshadow. We're going to start off by putting some eye prep lid primer on our eyes. We're going to put it all over our eyelids. And then I'm taking Brulee in a satin, and I'm just going to place that with a small brush all over the primer. Now it's basically the same color as the primer, but it gives you a really good base coat. And so now we're taking Wedge in a matte, which is just like an ashy brown color. And we're going to go right along our crease and right above our crease. And this will give us kind of a shadowy effect that I'm looking for. So, and the brush that I'm using is a MAC 283 SE. I'm using that on the wedge, and I'm also going to use it on the Free to Be. So, and then we're going to take the Free to Be and put it as well in our crease. And then you can see how I'm kind of lining it right above, making a curve like a crease over into my eyelid. And I'm not going to go as high up as I did with the wedge because I want to make kind of a shadowy effect. Okay, and you're going to see me go through this video a few times, go back to the Free to Be and the purple, which is Hepcat. I'll be using that in just a minute, as well as the wedge, because I didn't feel like I was getting the color that I really wanted. So right here I'm just taking a flat brush and I'm going to pat it down onto my eyelid. This is Hepcat that I'm using now. It's this super bright, pretty purple. And so on my eyelid, I'm dabbing. When I get to my crease, I'm just kind of going to make windshield wiper motions because I don't want it really mixing in with the Free to Be.
I'm going to make this one.
So there's windshield wiper motions. Up next, we are taking White Frost in a Frost. Now, I don't use it very often. It's super, super powdery. I got too much here on this eye, but I didn't get as much on the other eye. What we're doing with it, we're just going to put it in the corner of our eye and then kind of go over to the middle, making a highlighting effect. And then we're going to cover over most of it later with Hepcat. So now I'm taking the bigger brush of the brush that we used earlier, and it's a 286 SE. And I'm taking, again, the Free to Be over what I already did. I'm pretty sure I'll go over it one more time later, but and I'm going to take the Hepcat with the same brush and just kind of go in the corner, taking away some of that white. And like I said, we really don't want to mix our Hepcat with our Free to Be. We kind of want to keep it a separate, just keep it separated. So now, because I didn't like the pigment amount that I was getting from the Hepcat, I'm just taking a super thin brush and I've sprayed it with MAC's Prep and Prime. And then I've put it into my Hepcat and I'm just kind of dabbing it onto my eyelid to make it a lot more pigmented. And by pigmented, I just mean just super bright. It brings out the brightness in the colors. With darks, if you were using a brown, it would take it from almost a see-through brown to a really, I don't know, chocolate brown. But So now that we've finished our eyes, I'm going to go ahead and just apply some lotion. One, to moisturize, and then two, it makes it sticky. So, and then for foundation, I use a Max NW22, and to apply my foundation, I'm using Max 187 SE brush. Now, in this video, just like the white frost, I used extremely too much foundation, and so I'm going to have to sit here and dab and rub and blend forever. So I'll be back with you. Okay, so once we've gotten it all rubbed in, all applied, you don't want to go all the way up under your eye, because that's what your concealer is going to do. Your concealer is going to take care of that. It's going to, you know, depending on what kind of concealer you use, it's just really good. I use it a lot of times for my highlighting, which is what I'm doing here in this video. The concealer I'm using is Estee Lauder's Double Wear 2C Light to Medium in a Cool. And I'm just going to, you know, like you can see here, I put it on kind of a triangle under my eyes to my cheeks. Put it on my forehead, the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, my chin, as well as underneath my cheekbones. And then I'm taking my Maybelline Fit in a 355. I'm just taking a super small skinny brush, running it alongside the bridge of my nose. You know, whenever you smile in your cheeks, you know, if you have big cheeks like me, you can just kind of draw that line. So draw that line on both sides of under your cheekbones, on your jawline, and then you can just make some stripes on your forehead like I did here. And now you can see that I'm taking a super damp blender, and I'm just blending my contours in first, and then I'm going to go back and blend my highlights. And the reason for that is you don't want to blend your highlights and then blend your contours and then your face end up like super duper dark. And then for my niece Kylie, who always says I look really tan, this is one of the reasons why. Alright, and so I kind of skipped this step, but what you would want to do after this is apply some transparent finishing powder. I completely skipped it, so yeah. So we're just going to apply some bronzer. The bronzer that I'm using in this video is Physicians Formula. It's a multicolored Healthy Glow bronzer. I really like that one. And then, so we're just going to do that basically where we did our contouring. We're going to go right on our cheekbones, on our forehead, on our jawline, just not on our nose. And then I'm going to take a really pretty pink color because we're doing pinks and purples. So a really pretty pink blush, and I'm going to just apply that right above my cheekbones. Okay, and so now for our eyebrows. When I do mine, I have a MAC angled brush. It, I believe, is a 286. And then the color I use is a charcoal brown in a matte. In this video, I didn't start all the way at the beginning of my brows. I kind of started a little back, and then you're going to just make some small hair-like strokes. Go to the top and then bring it down. Now the end of your brow, you know, if you'll take a pencil, you'll just kind of run it along the edge of your nose, should run up to the edge of your eye, and then run it out. And your eyebrow should never go past that. As well as if you run it from the edge of your nose to the middle of your eye and up is where your arch should be. And then if you take it and run it alongside your nose, standing straight up, your beginning point of your brow should never be any further in than that. Those are just simple steps for that. So, but when doing your brows, again, you'll just want to start at the beginning, make some small hair-like strokes, go down. The middle to the end part of your brow should always be the thickest, be the deepest in color. And then, go in and do your top line, and then go through and fill it back in. So now I'm using MAC's black eyeliner. It's called Definely Black. I do a cat eye. I like thicker eyeliner. If you like it a little thinner, you can do that. You can play with it to where you can do a lot of stuff with this. I don't go all the way in with my eyeliner. I kind of go, I don't know, just right past my eyeball. And then, so you can see here that I'm going back over, I believe I'm going back over with my Free to Be. Or it could be my wedge. I'm not even really for sure. I just wanted more of a blend of it. Okay, so now, once we have the top part completed, we're going to start applying eyeliner right on our waterline. I didn't go all the way in. I don't like to go all the way in. It just kind of sections off your eyes. So you take it, run along your waterline, and then we're going to take Free to Be on a super short brush and kind of dust it in underneath our eyes, to give our eyes on the bottom, give it some color too. You don't want it to completely take away from the top, what your masterpiece on the top of your eye, but it gives it some more of a dramatic look. So, and then if you're going out on the town, I think I took some more, very, very little of our white frost, went in on the corners of my eye, and then to give it more of a highlight, you just take it and run it along right underneath your eyebrows. And so anyway, if you're going out on the town, you can completely skip the mascara step and just pop some eyelashes on. It's super easy. You'll just want to make sure when you put your glue, wait a little bit until your glue is tacky and sticky, because if you put it on when it's wet, it's not going to stay. So, but for mascara, I use L'Oreal's Voluminous Carbon Black in the black. So, this is our finished product. I hope you enjoy it.